Hey guys, here is the video of the finished 1964 Volkswagen Beetle that we just finished a complete restoration of. So this car, for those of you that don't follow my channel, is a really great car in a lot of ways. One is it's just a great year, 64. It's got the metal sunroof, so first year for that, and beautiful color, Bahama blue. Just a gorgeous car overall. But what makes this car more special is that it's been in the same family since the day it was new. So they literally bought it off from the Volkswagen dealership. It's been in the same family ever since. And so the son, who was 5 years old, I think about around the time this car was bought, he is now currently the owner. His mom, who's still alive and is about to turn 90, it was her car, and then the dad, who sadly has passed away at some point. But so the owners brought it in for a full restoration, and we told them we would do it in about a year. And we pretty much made it on the mark. The car came in last year on October 5th. So despite a lot of delays in the paint and body work, which seems to be normal for paint and body work, we don't have full control over that, as we outsource a lot of that work, although we do supervise it to make sure it's done to our satisfaction. Sometimes we can't control that schedule. But anyway, so even all that aside, pretty much did this complete restoration in a year. So full pan off body, full mechanical restoration, obviously all new brakes, motor rebuilt, and transmission, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, a new interior. So let's walk around this car a little bit and have a look here. Again, the color is Bahama blue, which I think is probably one of VW's best colors. Just really a stunning color to look at. And what makes this car somewhat unique is, at least in the United States, is the pinstriped fabric on the inside. So this is not really widely available in the US. And the car, of course, was bought here locally, well, in Los Angeles, I think the dealership was. Not sure why they had this car on their lot, because again, this pinstripe material was generally not available in the US according to my sources, but this is what it came with. So we were able to source some new old stock of this pinstriped vinyl and had the seats redone in that, and it just looks killer. We are totally in love with this interior. That pinstripe pattern is so beautiful and just really complements the Bahama blue of the car. So while we're talking about the interior here, let's just take a look. So again, everything has been either refurbished or is new. I should mention one small caveat. So these are not the final door panels. We're actually going to swap out the door panels for some where these lines have been heat pressed into them. The owners did have somewhat of a deadline for the car for the mom who I mentioned for her 90th birthday. So we're getting them the car in time for that. And then when our custom-made panels come in from TMI, we'll bring the car back in. We'll swap those out, probably do an oil change and stuff at the same time. But other than swapping out those door panels, this car is pretty much completely done. Runs great, drives great, just a real pleasure to drive. Everything's super tight. It feels, I'm sure, just like it did when the car was brand new off the lot. Might even feel a little bit better. But there you go. So there's the interior. Listen to these doors. So let's take a look at the engine. So I believe this is the original 40 horse engine case to this car, and it's been, of course, completely restored, rebuilt. The only thing we did non-stock on it is we did make it into a 1385 cc versus the original, essentially 1200 cc. The owners do plan to drive the car, so we thought, modern traffic, it'd be better to have a few more cc's. 1385 cc 40 horses are great little motors. Definitely you can feel the difference over a stock one. Just a little bit more confidence driving them around. But of course on the outside looks totally stock. We went and zinc plated everything, rebuilt, restored everything. it's all correct for this car. This is a later 40 horse, so it's the fresh air style where the air for the heater comes off the fan shroud, much like a later motor. So just super detailed here, all the bells and whistles. So let's go around and have a look at the front. The frunk, as some people call it. I don't really like to use that word. It's just too goofy sounding for me. The trunk, or the front trunk. Okay, here we go. So there you go. It's just as beautiful underneath these covers as it is under it. Our wiring, we kind of pride ourselves on how nice our wiring looks. Sorry you can't see this right now, but everything is routed very neatly up underneath there and so on. We custom made him a tool bag using that pinstriped vinyl. Just a nice little touch, we thought, to do that. And there's this little reservoir for his windshield washer. We managed to preserve the sticker on it. Restored and correct jack for it. And just, yeah, all this stuff is powder coated, you know, these axis covers and so on. Let's go ahead and close this. Closes real nice, just give it a little push and that's it. You don't have to slam it. Please don't slam the lids on these things, by the way. If you need to slam it, something needs to be adjusted. So the wheels, let's talk about those. These are, as far as I know, the original wheels on this car. And what these cars came with, the Bahama Blue, was the center rim was gloss black, so that's actually powder coated. So what we do is we powder coat the entire wheel, and then we go back and we add the contrasting color on the outer rim. We have that painted. So in this case, the outer rim color, according to our sources, is called blue white, which is actually the same color as the roof of a turquoise bus. So we go ahead and paint that blue white, and then we do go ahead and hand paint the logo. And we also did another little touch you can see here is we paint a pinstripe around the very outside of the rim here. Just a nice detail. You probably wouldn't even notice it because it does kind of blend into the tire, but if you look, it's there. So we love little details like that. While we're at it, you can see the paint and body is just as nice under the car as it is on top of the car. The tires, I should mention, are Firestones in the correct size. These are bias ply with a 1-inch white wall. Just take another look here at the whole thing. So there you go. That's a 1-year restoration in our shop. We try and do all our restorations in about a year. If anyone's interested in bringing their car in, I know a lot of shops take 3 years, 5 years plus. We're a small shop. We try and not take on more projects than we can handle and turn these things around in about a year. So here's our latest example. Thanks for watching. Bye.